How you doing? And welcome to round 8 of the Gold Coast Rugby here in Australia. So, what do we have for today? Friday 11th September. Down at Somerset, starting at 1 o'clock, you have the under 13 Somerset versus Trinity, and at 2 o'clock, you have the under 16 Somerset versus Trinity as well. Over at Emmanuel, starting at 1 o'clock, Emmanuel versus All Saints, followed at 2 o'clock by the first 15, Emmanuel versus All Saints again. Down at St Stephen's, at 1 o'clock, you have the first 15 going off against Kings, and at 2 o'clock, you have the under 16s and Stevens versus Kings as well. Over at Coomera, you have Coomera against AB Patterson starting at 1 o'clock, and that's the under 16s. And at 2 o'clock, you have the first 15 Coomera against Patterson's as well. Down at Pizzey Park this evening, you have the under 11 starting off at 6 o'clock, and that's Bond Whites versus Bond Reds. Followed at 6 o'clock on the other field down at Pizzey Park, you have the under 13s Colleges versus the Bond Whites. And down at Albert Park, Surfers Paradise at 6:45, you have Surfers under 17s versus Somerset School there. It's going to be a great game, that one is there, with the APS schools playing against the local comp, which is absolutely fantastic. All right, and we have Helensvale Senior game, also down at Rugby Park. Helensvale Hogs versus Griffiths Knights at 6:30, and 7:30 at Rugby Park, you have Surfers Dolphins versus Nerang Bulls. Friday night, community rugby going good there. All right, moving on to Saturday. Seniors rugby, down at Oval Park, you have Gold Coast Eagles first grade versus Bond Pirates at 3:15. Down at Benview Drive, you have Alligators versus Surfers Dolphins second grade going off at 1:40, and at 3:15 you have the Alligators versus Surfers Dolphins first grade. At Coomera, you have at 1:40 Coomera versus Nerang Bulls, and at 3:15 you have Coomera versus Nerang Bulls. That's 3:15 up at Coomera. And at Rugby Park, you have Helensvale Hogs versus Griffiths Knights second grade. At 1:40, and at 3:15 you have Helensvale Hogs versus Griffiths Knights at Rugby Park. So that's going to be your senior rugby on the Saturday on the Gold Coast. Now onto the juniors. Down at Casuarina, under 10 start at 10:30, Casuarina versus Colleges, and at 11:30 of the under 11s Casuarina versus Bond White. And at Eagles Rugby Ground at 8:45 you have the under 10s Eagles versus Nerang. 9:45 under 10s TSS White versus Bond Red, 10:45 under 10s TSS Red versus Bond Whites, and at 1:30 still at Eagles you have under 14s Eagles versus Helensvale. Down at Palm Beach, starting at 9:35 on field 2 you have Palm Beach Green versus Yakla under 10s, 9:45 Palm Beach versus Surfers Yellow under 11s, 10:35 under 12s Palm Beach versus Surfers, 10:45 under 10s Palm Beach White versus Surfers, 11:45 Palm Beach versus Bond under 14s, and 11:45 under 17s Palm Beach versus Bond. Over at Coomera, at 10:35 under 11s Coomera versus Surfers Green, 10:35 under 12s Coomera versus Helensvale Hares. Yep, the Hares. At 11:45 under 14s Yakla versus Surfers, all those down at Coomera. Then at Helensvale at 8:35 you have the under 10s Helensvale versus Coomera, 9:35 under 15s Helensvale versus Surfers, 9:35 under 12s Helensvale Hares versus Bond, 10:35 under 13s Helensvale versus Surfers, 10:35 Bond versus Nerang, and at 12:15 you have the under 17s Helensvale versus Nerang. So that's your junior and senior rugby Friday, Saturday, round 8 on the Gold Coast. Now, what does developer player doing? Well, here's our books on the second row, how to play the loose lock and the tight lock in the sport of rugby union. So it's great to have those books out there. They're available on Amazon and through our site, developerplayer.blog, but also we've been working on to turn those into training courses, and they're available through the Developer Player blog site as well. You can download self-paced learning to teach you those skills in the loose lock positions. More courses to come, there's more up there as well, but I'll be updating those on the next one. So have a great weekend on the rugby. Look forward to it. Check out developerplayer.com and developerplayer.blog and go to our website and you can register your profiles there as well. Thanks very much and have a great weekend of rugby. Cheers from Developer Player.